Hi, good afternoon, almost evening, Cedar Valley. My name is Leslie Miller, and I am the wife of Grant Miller, who is one of the pastors here at church. And I've been asked to share with you some of my thoughts on Matthew 28, 16 to 20, which is the Great Commission. So that's part of our Bible reading plan today. That's where we are on that plan of reading along with the life of Jesus. And if you haven't read this section, I really encourage you to read it right before you watch this video. You can just pause it, just so you know a little bit of where I'm at and what I am talking about. So I've pulled out 3 observations from this passage that I'd love to read and share with you. And the first is that there is this call to go and make disciples. Jesus says it very straight up in verse 19, "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit." And I love this because he doesn't give any excuses. There's no stipulations of like, oh, if this is happening, like then you can go make disciples. It's just a straight instruction to go and make disciples. And I love that it doesn't say explicitly how that's going to work, because it also then lends to the idea that we've had to change this multiple times. We've had to change how we go about doing this and sharing the gospel with people ever since Jesus sent out these disciples. So the message never changes, but how we go about that does change. And right now in this time frame, we've had to change exactly that. We've had to change how we go and share Christ's love with people. We've gone online, we've done things like this. And I love that the message isn't changing, but the method of how we're doing it is. And that can be brought back to the Great Commission. My second point that I'd love to share with you is when Jesus in verse 20 says, "Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you, and be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." To me, that is so comforting. This idea that Jesus is with us all the time. He promises that, and he also promises that it's going to be forever until the very end of the age. And that's such a cool encouragement for today, because this is a weird time. There's a lot of questions, there's a lot of unknowns, and yet Jesus has promised already that he's going to be with us even in things like this and in times like this, which is really cool. I really like that. The third point I'd like to share with you is that ultimately this passage connects us all together. This is a call for every single person to do. Jesus doesn't look at like some of the disciples and says, okay, you 3, you do this, and then the rest of you guys, I'm going to tell you something else. He doesn't give any like instruction that's different based on who you are, and he doesn't give any different instructions based on like some people get this and some people don't. It's a very unifying order or call or commission to what we're supposed to be doing as Christians. And I love that. The Bible as a whole and Christianity as a faith are already uniting us together. But even in these moments of learning and seeing Jesus's example of us going and us being sent, he is still saying it to everyone. And I love that that's a unifying gift that we've been given, especially today when we're not really together, right? When we are far away and far apart, this is something that can really unify us together, and know that you are a part of one body who is sharing their faith with everyone. So those are my thoughts for you today. I hope you enjoyed them. It was short and sweet, but I ask that you would be really thinking about this, of how you can share this gospel story with somebody that you know. How can you show the gospel? How can you be Jesus to people that maybe don't know who he is? Maybe you are the only person in their life that is going to show them who Jesus is. And I think that's a really cool thing. And it's a big call. It's a big task. So don't take it lightly, but also don't shy away from doing it. Happy to be here with you guys. If anybody needs any prayer requests or needs to connect with anyone, let me know. I'd love to connect with you. I miss seeing you all. So